All right, so we're going to wait 2 minutes after the report comes out, which is due any second here. We'll see the reaction. There it is. A couple seconds early. Basically the range right there. See how that range puts up a little bit of a fight? There it is, pushing through. Keep an eye on that entry there at 54.16. A lot could happen in the next 50 seconds. Got a spotlight chart on the left for those of you interested. Look at how the range, was resistance, and then it became support. Came back and touched it and bounced off. Let's see if we have follow through to the upside. Still got to watch that entry. There's a new one. So now we don't care about that last entry. It's a possible long at 26. Although now it's going to cancel there. Well, actually, yeah, it did cancel. 2 closes below the line. So there's a short and a possible short at 54.08. And that is the short, 54.08.
Order filled.
And there's the stop right there at 54.26, target at 89 and 82. And now a stop and reverse, unfortunately. But the stop and reverse is actually at 26.
Order filled.
And it did stop and reverse. So we've had a lot of first trade losses lately, it seems to me, but there we go. Let's see if we start moving higher now. Money management is at 36 because of the adjustment on the entry. So kind of choppy here. Let's see if we can make another move higher and at least get to money management. Another stop and reverse at 22. Unfortunately, this is a little tricky here. And that stop and reverse should cancel, hopefully, depending on where this bar closes. And it did cancel, so push that stop back. So not quite getting 10 ticks, but getting to the natural stop and reverse money management. If we get one more tick, I mean, you could maybe protect yourself if you're like thinking it's a little too choppy here, but you want to give this trade every chance. There it is. So I pushed up my stop to lock in, and let's see if it could survive now. And it'd be probably better to put it at 24 and not even lock in 1 tick because of that quarter century number. Maybe the 25-cent holds. So far, real lousy price action. It's a filtered out trade because of the chop zone. So we're in the chop zone, and it won't let the short in front of that 50 moving average. Let's see if we can finally start moving higher and give this trade every chance to succeed. It is Fed day. It's a fly in the ointment. I mean, the stop really should be going to 29 right now, following the signal line, and finally moving higher. But can we get to target 2 before it stops out?
Order filled.
Frustrating. It did stop out at money management. So just picking up a few ticks, but still not positive. Now with a short. A short at, the short's at 19. I'm going to put it in at 18. Failure to get higher hopefully leads to a bigger move lower. Challenging session. You guys probably noticed.
Order filled.
That I'm trading with TradeStation this morning instead of Thinkorswim. This is a much smaller trade. The newer trade is really the one that we should go with, even though I like the bigger one better. Target 2 is too small. Let's go with target 3. Trail. Yeah, this is a rather annoying session. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to get much better than this. All these stop and reversals are an indication of a lot of problems with this price action here. And that would be at 31. This will be my last trade. I'm not liking this price action. Let's see if we can push lower. I mean, the failure to get higher should lead to a nice move lower, and so far it's just leading to a bunch of up and down. And that may be all we get. It is an FOMC day, so I'm not really surprised. But maybe it pushes lower here. Let's see. Stop and reverse to the long side isn't horrible, except that it's such a small setup after you make the adjustment. It's just, these are lousy setups. I don't like them. So the stop and reverse is canceled anyway. I mean, the stop is still at 31, but no reversal. Haven't had a losing session in a long time, and certainly don't want to start today, but they are bound to happen at some point. Robert, I deleted one of the targets to trail. So 2 stops, 1 target, just because it's such a small setup. I could have put both targets at target 3, but I was just thinking that after being so tight and sideways, maybe it breaks out and starts moving. It wasn't able to get higher, so if it can come down and test some lows, and you do see a lot of short setups happening in here, which is usually a good sign. We just got to see it, the price push through, and there's a lot of backfilling. This is really lousy price action, but you never know. It could just be that the buyers capitulate. That's what we're hoping for, at least what I'm hoping for. Having a hard time just getting 10 ticks on that tiny little setup. If it could touch its 200 moving average, at least we can grab that. But I hate, usually when support holds and holds and holds and holds, it's not a good sign. You got all these.
Order
there it is,
filled.
finally. All right, so there's at least 1 target reached, and the stop now has to lock in a tick, and I mean, that may be all we get out of it, because still no follow through.
Order filled.
Yeah, there it is. So just awful price action. It's a shame. Hit that target right on the nail, but I mean, not much to write home about. Still negative because of that first losing trade. So if you're still trading, you can get in sync with that last short trade there. Put the entry 1 tick below. I'm just not thrilled with this price action. And with the FOMC, again, a fly in the ointment. It's just another ingredient that's not typically in these sessions. I mean, it is every so many weeks, but the price action that we're seeing is just so indecisive. I was kind of hoping by now that there would be something, but you can kind of get a sense of how it went throughout the day. It's been very similar, and the price action hasn't changed. I mean, I just think you run a lot of risks of stop, reverse, stop, reverse, stop, reverse, stop, reverse. So for me, I'm done. I'm gonna throw in the towel for me personally. I don't like this. I've seen this before. Doesn't mean it won't win. It probably will. I mean, you could take a few more trades. You take up to 6 trades if you want. It is long now. I mean, the session could still win. If this were to push higher, and even if it hits target 2, is that enough? I don't know. But you see the lack of follow through and the up and down and the indecisive and all the wicks and all the bars. It's just not my kind of session. It's the kind of session that I'm not going to try to be a hero on it. So let me know if you're still trading. If you are, that's the trade. And after I take off the dragging tool, you could see even more so how awful these bars look. You don't move stop back to 54.42. John, I'm sorry. What? I lost. I'm looking at my trading and not the comments. So you're gonna have to remind me what setup you were referring to. The original white trade. The original. You mean the very first trade of the session? The original white trade. This one? Where was it? No, the original trade was the green one, unfortunately. If it wasn't for that one, it would have been power of quitting. It's that green trade that screwed us up, because then the purple trade got to money management, and then you got that small little white trade, or green trade, that hit its full target. Well, no, John, because what I did was I go with the newest trade. I'm trying to think of how this played out now. I don't remember. I think what happened was this stabbed down, and I put my order 1 tick below it. So I was trying to get in sync with this, right? It stabbed down before I could place the trade, then it moved higher. Then on this bar here, there was a new setup. So I always go with the newest setup. But with all these get in sync setups and the add-on trades, to keep it simple so that you don't confuse yourself and wonder what trade to take. What do I take? There's so many setups. I just go with the newest one, the freshest, newest one. To me, it's more modern. It's the one that is more tuned to price action at that very moment. And then I don't overthink it beyond that. Now, there are times I'll stay with the bigger trade just because little trades annoy me. I don't like them. They're crappy setups. I just don't like it. But look at how perfect that little trade was. I mean, I mean, sometimes you don't want to fight City Hall. Otherwise, you'd still be in the white trade, and now you'd be flipping over to long with the stop and reversal. So the little trade, it is what it is, and it's indicative of the type of price action we're seeing, which is garbage price action. I'm going to settle, for me, had a small loss. It's no big deal. With all the winners every week we get, I could live with it. I'm done. So we could go ahead and take a look at, well, first of all, the white trade's still going technically. If you're still in the trade plan and still trading it, that is the long trade. And it may work out, looking like it's trying to push higher. If you're in the white trade, money management is past target 1. It's all the way up here at 32. Has to go 10 ticks. It's only a 13 tick trade to target 2. How did Spotlight do? Yeah, unfortunately, Spotlight got caught up in that same short, not the same one, but the green, what was the green one that lost, and then it got into the yellow trade, which was money management, and then it got into the pink trade, which 26, it didn't flip over to 28. It stayed short because of the adjustment. So you should have gotten a partial little profit on that one. So basically a loser and 2 money management trades, and then now it's long if you're still trading. So Spotlight's actually still going as well. Spotlight is long on a different setup bar. Counterpunch still hasn't hit money management. This is a real grinded out type of session, and I just don't, to me, the odds are skewed with this kind of price action. Maybe it comes up and retests these highs again, and that would get a winner on the white trade. Spotlight, you have to get all the way up to 36 to get to money management, which is also past target 1. This looks like a bigger trade than it is, but it's because the price action's so crappy. That's only 8 ticks from here all the way up to there. It's just the scaling is all messed up because of the low volatility. If I would have taken both targets off with that 10 tick winner, back to Robert K's question on, why did I eliminate one of those targets? I was hoping to get a bigger move than 10 ticks, but had I taken both contracts off, I was only trading 2 contracts, then I would be at break even. I would have ended up at break even. So the only reason why I'm a little behind is because of that second contract only getting 1 tick. Now it's come up though, look at that. So this ends up being a winning session for those that kept trading, because now the white trade hit its full target on Counterpunch. So if anyone kept trading, you should be at power of quitting. So good job. In fact, Spotlight just hit its money management as well. And maybe this turns into a great trade, and I'm going to be like, man, should have kept trading, but I'm okay. It's my decision. There's your stop now at 54.34. So this ends up being a good session now in the end, doesn't it? 54.37. Now the stop. Yeah, John, we'll look at that one too. All right, so the stop now has moved up to 38. Seemingly power of quitting trades and winning sessions for both. It took 4 trades, I think, on Spotlight, and actually 4 trades on Counterpunch as well. So a 4 trade session. And typically I would say a 4 trade session is not too many trades. It happens sometimes. It's just you may want to limit your trading because of FOMC. That's a lot of times what I will do if I don't like what I'm seeing, but things change really quickly, as you can see. 54.42 is the stop. 43. See, Robert K, it looks like I trailed the wrong trade. 44 now, and done. So that one just finished. So 4 trades, power of quitting, trade plan prevails. And on Spotlight, same deal. That one is a slower moving chart, apparently, at least in this trade scenario. But the balance line catching up and the stop moving up to 39 here and then stopping out. So that one's finished also. So 2 successful sessions. Just took 4 trades to get there. And if we were to look now at unleaded gas, what John is saying is that if you use the blue trade, which is the proximity to the 20 SMA with Spotlight Master Suite, it's actually one trade on TradeStation gets it done right there, and the second trade gets a partial profit. So unleaded gas with a nice finish. I'm sure it might have been different with Ninja. And just to look at how the 610 tick chart did, which is another one that some of you may opt to use. This one you wait 5 minutes, not 2 minutes, and you need to take a trade of where target 1 is 10 ticks or more, so that one doesn't pass. This one does, it gets short and then flips to long. So a small loss here and then a full winner, and so 2 trades is power of quitting with the 610 tick chart. So that one only took 2 trades. But all these getting positive and ultimately winning sessions. And so I can't just chalk this up as a losing session, even though I thought it was going to end up being one. It just shows you how little I know. No one knows, really. That's why it's the power of the trade plan in the end always prevails.